Today we're going to talk about how to wash your woolen jumper at home or woolen sweater at home, depends which way you refer to it. There are different types of wool which exist. I brought out two today. One of them is the superwash wool, which is a really easy wool to wash, and the other one is a cashmere and wool blend product. And this has different washing instructions, so I'll run you through them both. But first and foremost, I always tell my customers, my wife, my children, you should not wash a woolen product every time you wear it. Wool is known to self-deodorize. So once you wear it, you should take it off, hang it over a chair to breathe, or hang it out like this to breathe over something, leave it overnight, and the next morning fold it and put it away in your cupboard. If you do that, you will get a much longer lifespan out of your woolen product because you will not be throwing it through the machine or through chemicals, even if you're hand washing it. So you'll get a much longer lifespan. The other thing that I always suggest is if you do get a spot on your product, whether it be tomato sauce is an example I always give to people. If you spill ketchup or tomato sauce somewhere here on your product, rather than washing the whole jumper, just get something like this, a stain remover. I'm not endorsing this brand. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying if you get a stain remover and you spray it on that spot, you get a damp cloth, and just on the tip of the cloth, you make it wet and you spot clean that area. You can spot clean that tomato sauce or whatever this color is. It could be mustard. You can spot clean it, get it out of the garment, let it dry. If it gets a bit fluffy, pick that excess fluff off and just let it dry and use that as the manner to get that stain out, rather than washing the entire garment just for that one little area. You will need to wash your woolen product once it does get dirt marks on the neckline or on the wrist line. But know that even if you wear it multiple times, you're generally sweating onto your undergarment, the t-shirt that you're going to be wearing or the shirt that you're going to be wearing underneath your woolen jumper. So you don't need to wash it every time you wear it. You only need to wash it once it gets dirty on the neckline or the wrist line. So that brings me to the next instructions. Depending whether, if it's a superwash wool or a machine washable wool, you can put it in the machine. Even if people are scared, there are wool cycles. Wool cycles on a machine will mean that the temperature of the water will not be hot, so it won't shrink the garment. Also, it means that the spin cycle of the machine to dry it, to get the excess water out of it, will not be extremely fast as it would be with other products. So it's not going to be very rigorous on the jumper itself. But to protect it, I would advise washing it in a bag. You can put it in those washing bags, and that way the arms and the body will not get tangled amongst other things in the machine, and it also won't get spread out in the machine when it's spinning, so it won't cause stretching and misshaping of the product. So if it is a machine washable garment like this is made of superwash wool, which is made to be machine washed. If it's made of a machine washable wool, you can wash it in the machine, but again, it would be advisable to put it in a washing bag so it does not get rubbed on other products and it does not lose its shape in the spin. If it is something like this, like a cashmere and wool blend, which on the inside says, washing instructions, hand wash in lukewarm water. So this is not machine washable. Machine washing this will cause it to shrink, will cause it to pill, and will cause it to lose shape. So if it is a hand wash jumper, as it says, lukewarm water. So I like to fill up a tub like this. I don't like to put it in the basin at home because the basin can have other chemicals which can cause harm to your woolen jumper. So what I would do, I would fill this up with lukewarm water. I would put a wool wash detergent in there. You let the jumper sit in there and soak a little bit. Then you give it a little bit of a massage and you wash those areas that are dirty. Once it's been sitting in there and you feel satisfied that it's had a nice clean, you can tip the water out. You can soak it again in a clean batch of water if you decide. Then you pull it out. Once you've pulled it out, I would get a towel underneath and pretend that this red cover is a towel. What I would do is I would get the jumper and kind of roll it up. I would not wring it. Wringing a jumper is no good. You'll change the shape and you'll leave marks. but over a towel, and you can even roll it up in a towel and you can just squeeze it and a lot of the water will come out. Then after that, I would lay it on another towel to dry overnight on a dining table. Lay it on that towel to dry, and in the morning it should be dry. Once it's dried, if it's a natural fiber product, which the wool or the wool and cashmere are, I would then iron it. I always iron my knits after they're dry because they often look really poor where the trimming meets the garment. You see how the trimming has a little bit of a different shape? Where the trimming, that edge there, meets the rest of the product. Where that area meets, it looks very, very bad once it's dry. Plus you get a lot of creases in it too, just like a shirt or a pair of jeans. So it's always advisable to iron your woolen jumper after you've washed it. And that way it will look absolutely pristine. There is a wool setting on an iron, so don't be afraid that it's too hot. It won't shrink the garment. The only thing that will shrink your woolen product is if you wash it in hot water, you dry it in a dryer, or you dry it in direct sunlight. So if you just hand wash in lukewarm water, lay flat to dry on a towel, and then you can iron it once it's dry, it will look absolutely immaculate, perfect to wear, and you should get a good lifespan out of it.